Mississippi Survivor in this thing. I know I've been out of pocket for a few minutes. Old Mississippi Survivor got a lot going on. Got quite a big rocking I gotta take care of. But it's definitely good to be able to take a minute and stop and talk to you guys. I got a lot going on personal, and I got a lot going on for us prepping as well. Um, got a lot of stuff to come here, but I just haven't had the time to really stop and try to put together a video to let you guys know what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you guys for the people that hung in there that's still there with me. Thank you for the people that left. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Hopefully somebody fills the place. I don't know. But anyway, old Mississippi Survivor is getting ready to turn into old single, return the single badge on in. Got preparing to get married actually, which will be July the 2nd, which is right around the corner. So I'm preparing for that. So that's a lot of work. And all you women that know that are married or getting ready to get married, you know, it's a lot of work. Looking for dresses, looking for bridesmaid dresses. You got the best man. You gotta find him. You gotta have tux with him, flower girl, dresses for that. There's a lot if you choose to make it that much. Then you got your cakes and the catering, and it's a lot. Now you can imagine I've been going through quite a bit trying to get that together. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. I mean, and mostly it's just been on the two of us to get most of the stuff together. Um, Find some people that have been helping hands. Some of my family reached out to help. Some of hers reached out to help. So working on it. So I'm gonna wait until me. I like to wait until after. I wait till after I get married. And I was like, okay, now here you go. This is Miss So and so. But till then, I don't want to do that. Unless some people do that and then don't even get married. So I'm just gonna wait. So once I get married, then I introduce her to you guys. As of right now, I'm gonna keep that on a silent note until we actually get married, which will be July 7th. Now, if I come back on July 7th and I don't say nothing, no, that means I didn't do nothing. And it won't be July the 2nd anyway. It'll be later because I actually got a honeymoon for about 4 or 5 days. So I'll be missing action for that as well. Um, that was one of my great points in my life that I'm getting ready to make that move and do. I've done it before, but I guess you live and learn from on your previous one, and then you learn from your previous. I mean, if you don't learn from your previous marriage or whatever you had before, I don't even know what you're getting remarried for. It doesn't even make sense. It makes sense. And then a lot of people, for me, I'm not getting remarried to get divorced again, which is ludicrous. So if you haven't learned anything from your past, if you've been married and you are divorced and you haven't learned anything from your past relationship with your past marriage, now is not the time for you to get married again. That really isn't. Because you're the same person you was when you got divorced. You got to figure out why you got divorced and who was the problem. Sometimes it be one person, sometimes it be both people. So definitely don't jump into that unless you know for a fact that that's the right person, and you guys have some counseling. You people get married and with no counseling is ludicrous. Do some counseling and bring out all them skeletons in the counseling session. Bring them all out. Bring it all out. See can you guys handle it. thinking you get past it and still get married, because once you're married, you're married. And what I've done, one of my things were for me is that I felt like if you married, if you want to, when I was married before, you know what I mean? A lot of times, I think sometimes you get comfortable with the person, and then you kind of stop doing exactly what that pulling that fire with that person that you had, and then start kind of going down the drain. If somebody don't pick the torch back up, they're gonna kind of go down the drain. And it's gonna be a mess. But I think my problem with both of us was, which we actually had a conversation about, kind of both stubborn. So that was the issue with that. So that's something I had definitely had to work on with that. Um, but nevertheless, you know what I mean. I wish her well, you know what I mean, and her endurance. You know what I mean. We still friends. That was a plus. It took a while to even get to that point, but we're at that point. You know what I mean, and we can discuss things about the kids or whatever that we need to do. So, um, it's a big difference in who I'm, my ex versus my present. You know, 'cause this is everybody's not the same, and you have to learn whoever you're with according to the person, just like they got to learn you accordingly as well. She's more on the stronger side. I mean, of course, with some things with her upbringing, she had to be a stronger woman. So, if you ain't really have no strong woman, get out the way, because she's strong. But it's I'm just happy to be able to sit down with you guys and just talk to you guys. I've been out of pocket. I had a couple of messages like, "Hey, where's the videos?" So I'm like, "Dude, here I go, man. I'm here." And I was like, "Man, that hit me." And I was like, "Man, let me get back over here and start making time to really put these videos out." I had a lot of different things going, planning a lot of different stuff. On the survival end of it. We prefer to get ready to put a bed together out front, a bed together, and grow some things up front as well. I actually purchased the a building some time ago, and it's finally going to be here actually today. So I'm actually going to be tuning back in with you guys today when they get ready to bring the building in, and I'm trying to make a conscious decision on exactly what I'm going to do with this building. I'm trying to figure it out. One thing for definite show, it's going to be solar, and I want it 100% solar. I don't want any regular electricity in it whatsoever. I want the entire building to be solar. Um, Yeah, that's gonna be good. I mean, because the house is already what it is, and I just want to be able to come in one day. I just want to be like, if you can't, I don't want to have to be dependent on the electricity whatsoever. If I don't want to have it on, whatever, turn it off. I still gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna be fine. Um, has anybody heard of? And if you haven't heard it, here it is today. I'm gonna tell you. Have you ever heard of the smart meter for the electric company? Yeah, anybody inbox me on that, oh man, because because I was like, what is that? And I found out what the smart meter was. Actually, matter of fact, I found out yesterday what it was. So apparently, for me, I've been spending a lot of time with my fiance. I've been spending a lot of time with her at her house, and I paid my bill, but somehow they made a mix up and they charged me the same bill twice, and they turned my electric off. So I'm like, I never got a past due notice, anything of that nature. I'm like, well, why is my electric off? So I went into the energy account and to check, and they had double charged me, which there was no way I was gonna get refunded for it after 5 o'clock. It was already 7, 8 o'clock at night. Oh, it was well past 7. It was matter of fact, it was 9:02. It was about 9:02. So I went in and I checked the account to see what was going on with that, and they had double charged me. And I mean, and I was like, well, how am I gonna get? Only way I called the company, and the lady said the only way that you can get your electric back on is pay the entire balance, the forward amount and the previous amount. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, somebody don't know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna do what I usually do. I went in and it said past due. I mean, come on, man. And don't act like it's just me. Like nobody else do this. Like, oh, yours is always done. Really? Yeah, right. So I went in and I paid the bill, the past due amount on the bill. And I'm sitting in the front yard. But mind you, the electric is off. And I had already said that. I said to myself, I said, well, it ain't gonna be back on till tomorrow anyway. And I said, this is a great time to go try all of my solar. So I'm finna get ready to get out the car, and I'm finna go in the house, and I'm finna turn all my solar on, and hook up the TVs and all that right there, and get my solar going, and have me a little solar time and an old brewski. By the time I got out the car and got to the front door, all the electric turned back on. Yeah. So I'm like, because I'm 44. I'm kind of like a little old school, and I'm like, I'm waiting on a person to come and turn the electric on like they always do. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And I'm pretty sure I didn't see anybody because I was sitting in the yard the whole time, and I get out to get ready to go in the house, and all the electric come on. I'm like, what in the what? And then that what made me learn right there because I said, okay, so I made a phone call. And the lady was like, oh, that's our new smart meter. So the new meter, and once you pay the bill, it automatically turns you back on in a certain amount of minutes or certain length of time. It turns the electric on and off. They did away with hundreds of thousands of employees that goes out to your house and turn the electric off and reconnect your power by putting in a smart meter that shuts it off automatically. Which the meter is not really as smart as I thought it would be. It's smart when it comes to turning the electric on, but it's not smart when it comes to double charging people. That part they need to fix. So it turned the lights back on, and I was like, really? Because I'm like, does anybody else know about this thing? Now I know I talked to you guys I talked to them quite a bit about having the peak power, having peak or the peak hours where you get charged a less amount, and then some states they don't charge you nothing whatsoever. I mean, in certain hours, when that hour they don't charge nothing, I'll be washing everything in my house, comforter sets, lucky draw, everything getting washed. So that was my experience with that, and that lets me that's how I found out about the smart meter because I really didn't know about that. And then I talked to a guy from the actual gas company a couple months ago, and he said that they was getting ready to do away with them. I said, well, how are they gonna get the stuff turned on and off? He said they got a meter. They're gonna be able to sit in the office and they'll shut you off from back there and turn you on and off from there. They never even have to come out anymore. So they saving on vehicles, gas, and paying people. They just save quite a few Ooh, if you save a lot of money, a lot of money. But they still didn't stop the deposit. You still got to pay the deposit. Well, some people that will have to pay that if they get shut off or whatever. But so anyway, back to what I was saying. I mean, the ramble so far out there, but I did find out about that, and I thought they were pretty interesting. But this building, I am going to run this building. I'm going to put regular sockets and all this stuff in there, and breaker. But my breaker box is going to run into another unit that I'm going to purchase, and it's going to be all solar and backup battery the entire building. Also, I took the liberty to buy those bionic lights. Those bionic lights are, oh my god! If anybody hasn't have the bionic lights that knows nothing about those things, at Walmart for $30, and they can buy redirectional. You can move them in each lens. You can move it in different directions so you can get light wherever you want to have that light at. But those things are $30, man. $30, and I mean when I say they throw off a lot of light, they throw off a lot of light. They're like a freaking street pole. They throw off so much light. So those would be great. If you haven't had one and you don't know anything about them and you are trying to see what they're worth getting, it's worth the $30. And that's from experience. I got them under the porch on the front and the back, and I mean they are super bright. Now in the building again, I'm just gonna do back in the building. I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna run sockets around the whole thing. I seen a couple of YouTube videos that I did like. A couple of people doing that shit completely solar, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm gonna run the. It's not that hard. You just run your sockets throughout the building, and you can get your unit and plug the unit. Make a pigtail plug. Yeah, pigtail plug. You gotta make the plug up because they don't sell plug like what I'm talking about, and you plug it into the one of the sockets, and then that'll make the rest of the sockets in the building hot. But make sure you got enough, know what you're doing. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you know what you are doing, and don't say I told you to do nothing. I told you to do nothing. I'm just saying this is what I chose to do. I'm just saying this is me. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna run a double headed cord, plug it up, and run it all through solar. There won't be any natural electricity like from the grid or anything like that whatsoever. And instead of putting my solar panels on the house, which I can put my solar panels on the roof on the roof in the front of the house, I'm thinking about just putting some 4x4s up and uh, and putting a solar array panel on the 4x4s is what I'm thinking about doing. That way, by having a problem, everything is right there. I can keep the panels clean off like they're supposed to be, and that way I have more efficiency and power efficiency. Because you're gonna lose some efficiency anyway when you're messing with solar panels. You're not gonna get if it's 100 watts, you're not gonna get 100 watts. That's why I say try to get the highest watts you can because you're not going to get. You got 250 watt panels. You're not going to get 250 watts. And I'm kind of falling towards Outback. I think it's Outback. They have some really good product, and I think that's one PPT controllers. Those things are awesome. When you're trying to get full strength, get as much power as you can, might want to try to get the PPT charge controller as well, which will charge you up and shut off. Them cheap ones, if you'll know, them cheap ones will charge you up and they won't even cut off. They just keep on charging, keep on charging. I'm like, man, that's like crazy. Yeah, but I'm trying to see in there. I'm thinking I'm trying to either do a pantry, do a pantry, and put a deep freezer out there. But I'm trying to be careful about that deep freezer thing, man, because if you got to go out there every day because if the power ain't on or somebody running, you lost a bunch of food. So I'm just wondering about that. if I put regular electricity out there, I think that's the only thing I have on there is that one refrigerator, deep freeze or refrigerator. I think that's the one thing I have on there. That'd be pretty much it. I mean, because I don't want to take a chance with that. Then, two, even when you come in, you still got to double check and make sure everything is plugged up and running properly. Because you don't want to lose a bunch of food you just spend a gain of money on trying to save and store, and you didn't can. I'm not canned, but you've not shrink wrap. What you call it? Well, repackaged it, label it, and sucked all that out of it to make it last longer. You don't want to lose that, put it in the freezer, and then don't. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. And then don't have everything uh, properly set up where you have to worry about your electric going out. But I still go check anyway. It's just good. I mean, because I seen this happen with Granny Karma, and I was like, no. I was like, I know she was very upset about that, and she lost a lot. So I mean, I guess we all well, I learned from it. You know what I mean, so I don't know about anybody else. So you gotta learn from that. That's why I've been processing and gonna be learning more about canning and canning. I've been watching Laird Farmer a lot for the canning because that's gonna be very important because the food be already prepped and prepared. All you gotta do is pretty much just open it up, heat it up, and there it is. It's a meal. And you can put the whole meal in the jar and just pour the whole meal out, warm it up, heat it up, and then you're ready to go. You know. So I mean, again, you live and you learn. But I'm definitely going to be the building is coming in. I'm excited about that. Um, a lot of stuff gonna be going on. I got the solar arrays. It's gonna be going up if I don't get too lazy and decide I'm gonna put it on the roof anyway. Um, I'm almost positive I'm gonna put the 4x4s down. But also put me a small bed up front in the front of the house as well. So I'll be definitely coming back at you guys again with the video, serving that purpose so you can see the building come in, and I'm getting ready to prep for that and see. Well, yeah, the I got the patents, the pads for. I had to go get those, and then again, over time those buildings settle. So a lot of people get just one set of 4x6x8 pads. I got two sets because if it's settled, I still want to have that height. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't know your area that well, it could be flooding out there, and then you don't know. So that's something else you got to look forward to. But I'm gonna jump straight on the building and start working on it as soon as I get it. I had the regular style building, then I actually went back and changed it out and got the loft style. The loft style is one loft already in it. I'm gonna add the second loft. I'm gonna use that one side for storage and the other side if I want to take a break from whatever I'm doing. I want to go up there and lay down. I put me a little bed up there. I'll go up there and lay down and take me a nap. Rest. So those are some of the things. Those are some of the things that I've been into and dealing with. Some, not all. I actually have my cousin actually gets married this month on the 28th. So I got that on the 28th. Then I got mine. And then I got a gang of birthdays. This month is terrible for birthdays, Mother's Days. Oh my God, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm very excited to see you guys again, or talk to you guys rather again. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to watch me, old boy like myself from the old dirty South there. I appreciate you. And I will be back again today to show you when the building is coming in. And looking forward to doing some other things and possibly one other building coming in with that building. I have one. I'm thinking about bringing in a second one as well. But I don't know what the city's going to allow. But I would like to connect both of them together, is what I would like to do. I would like to connect them together and just have storage on one end, a workstation shop on the other end. Oh, man, I got some plans. But they got to get them here. Once I get done with here, I'm going to start working on that one. I'm done with that one, paying for it or whatever. Hey, I'll bring me another one. Keep on working it out. But again, I'm gonna let you guys go. I just want to stop for a minute, show my face back in the place, tell everybody hi, and hope everybody's blessed. I hope everybody is safe. Shout out to Larry Former. Keep kicking it. I don't know how you pump out as many videos as you pump out, man, but Jesus, you put them things out like Hanes underwear on the shelf. I'm telling you, man, but keep up the good work, man. It's always good to see old brother doing his thing. Yeah, you doing your thing, and I appreciate you. Mississippi Girl Life, you and your hub, love y'all to death, man. Y'all doing it. Man, that the outside plant life, the bucket life, man. Y'all doing this thing, man. I mean, I just want to tell you, I appreciate y'all. I don't know if anybody else say it. I tell you, I appreciate you. Man, it's teaching a lot. There's a lot that a lot of people need to know that you guys are actually putting out there. And you don't have. Then you also letting them know you don't have to be old to do something. You don't have to be old to start planting. You don't have to be old to have chickens. You got to be old to get yourself together. And then the prepping is, for me, I call it, it's a way of life. It's a way of life. I mean, if you make it a way of life, how could you get bored with something that you making a way of life? You make it a way of life, and everything will go smoother. It's just like making second nature. Like if something happens, you're like, well, oh, we got to go do this, we got to go do that. No, you don't have to do anything. You have to do the same thing you've been doing all the time because you've been doing it all the time, so you'll never skip or miss a beat. So that's what I'm saying. So if you haven't started prepping or doing whatever you need to do, think of it that way. Think of it as a way of life. And then if you have to, make it fun. Find a way to make it fun. I love electronics, so solar is awesome for me. I love putting in the solar and embedding stuff inside of walls and computer chips and all that. I love that stuff. That's just me. So again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate both of you, Mississippi Girl Life, Larry Farm. I appreciate y'all. I'm out of this thing, and I'll see y'all later on the day. And also considering, and I was very against it, I'm considering doing a live. Jesus help me. Take the wheel. Mississippi Survivor, I'm out of this thing. Peace.